Senator Hughes.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Women's Safety, Senator Ruston. Can the minister advise how the Morrison government is supporting Australians who are escaping violence?
The Minister for Women's Safety, Senator Ruston.
Thank you very much, Mr President, and thank Senator Hughes for her question on this really, really important issue. In the 2021-22 budget, I think we have demonstrated our absolute commitment to keeping Australian women safe with our historic $1.1 billion commitment to ending domestic violence, family violence and sexual violence against women and their children. And it also lays the groundwork for the establishment of the next national plan. And as I said, we are talking about ending violence against women and their children, not merely to reduce the level of violence. The package focuses on all aspects: prevention, early intervention and responding to give women support when they made that extraordinarily brave decision to leave a violent relationship. And that's why we have made an investment into the escaping violence payment, $164.8 million over the next 2 years to provide up to $5,000 support to women and their children when they leave a violent situation, because we know that financial dependency is something that often keeps women in a violent relationship, and we are absolutely committed to helping women who wish to escape those situations. So this money goes towards a $1,500 payment in cash so that you can buy the essentials for herself and her family, and also a further $3,500 to do things like maybe pay the bond, maybe it is to register the car, and maybe it is just being able to give her the confidence to be able to start a new life. We also have provided $130 million through the COVID pandemic to help frontline services. We will be providing an additional $260 million to continue to support our states and territories to bolster frontline services over the next 2 years. We've also added money to our Safe Places program, $60 million over the last 2 years, with another $12.6 million to make sure that women have a safe place to go when they're escaping violence, because we know that emergency accommodation is one of the most critical things on that night or that day that you choose to leave home.
Senator Hughes, a supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr President. Can the minister outline how the Morrison government is helping prevent domestic, family and sexual violence into the future?
Senator Ruston.
Thank you very much, Mr President. Well, our priority has to be early intervention and prevention, because we know that a future without domestic, family and sexual violence can only happen if we change behaviours and attitudes and we make sure that people understand what is acceptable behaviour. So we have announced $35.1 million to expand our national campaign Stop It at the Start, which has been so tremendously successful to date. But yesterday I was very pleased to announce the launch of a 5-part children's series of audio books that you can download from wherever you download your podcasts from, to encourage respectful behaviour amongst children. And I'd like to thank Nova Entertainment for partnering with this and the government in this thing we call Project Ari. And it's a series that's been written by our children's author, Nat Moore, and focuses on a young robot called Ari, who's sent to live with a family, and he has to learn to have a human experience. It's a fantastic resource, it's great fun, and I'd encourage everybody in here to download it and listen to it.
Senator Ruston. Senator Hughes, a final supplementary question.
Thank you. And can the minister update the Senate on the work the Morrison government has been doing with the states and territories to keep women and children safe?
Senator Ruston.
Thank you very much, Mr President. Well, we know that domestic violence orders or apprehended violence orders are not worth the paper they're written on unless they're enforced. Recently, Minister Cash, Minister Payne and I convened an extraordinary meeting of our state and territory counterparts, women's safety ministers, attorneys general and police ministers, to discuss how we can all work together to improve safety outcomes for women and their children, particularly in the wake of the terrible tragedies that we have seen again this year. So states shared details of what they were doing, and last week I visited Tasmania and had the opportunity to actually talk to the Tasmanian team down there about a GPS monitoring system that they have in place on people who are high-risk domestic violence order people. And the fantastic news is that we have seen an 82% decrease in the number of AVOs that have been breached since people have been on this program, and a 100% reduction in the amount of stalking that is being reported. A fantastic initiative, and I congratulate the Tasmanian government.